Doing okay?
Yeah.
Awesome. I'll be on tech support if anything does come up. So Rachel's the spotter and she can let me know. But good luck and have a great campus day, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks, you too.
All right. That's good, right? Everybody can see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I also just started our webinar, so I think anyone can join now, but I guess we'll just wait a few minutes.
Welcome to everyone as you kind of come in. We're going to give it a couple of minutes to see if more people join us, and we'll get started with this presentation. Welcome to everybody as you join us. Again, we're just waiting for a few more people to come in. So we're just waiting. We're just waiting for a few extra people and we'll get started in a second. All right, we only have half an hour, so I'm gonna begin. And if we have people coming in late, that's okay. So my name is Jennifer O'Neill. I'm the manager of Fit Rec and Client Services in the Department of Athletics. We have a little bit of a presentation for you today, and then we will turn it over to Emily. You can see on the screen as well. She's going to talk about her experience as a student being around and in athletics. And then we'll turn it over and answer some of your questions live. But in the meantime, during my presentation, if at any time you do have a question, please pop it in the chat. And if we don't get it to it in the live, we will be able to respond to you privately as well. So what you're looking at right now is our Guelph Gryphons Athletic Center. This is the lobby and our rock wall. So we're going to start with just a bit of a video tour of what you can expect when you get here.
Today we're at the Guelph Gryphons Athletic Center, GGAC for short, where we house the majority of our fitness and recreation programming. It's also home to our varsity swim team, our basketball team, and our volleyball team, as well as the varsity training facility. The GGAC is huge. Built in 2016, it connects to the historic wing of the Mitchell Athletic Center. There's a lot to see, so let's get going. Here at the University of Guelph, all full-time students get access to an athletics-based membership as part of their tuition, which grants them student discounts on things like the Rockwall membership here, as well as rec basketball and swimming for free. The GGAC is also home to RBC on campus, as well as our own Griff Locker, where you can buy all your Griffin gear and things like goggles for the pool and locks for your locker. RBC on campus is where you can go to get pro tips about banking and financial questions from their on-site staff. So all students come through client services to swipe in using their student card. And here at Equipment Lending, you can borrow things like towels, basketballs, and rackets for all our indoor drop-in activities. So once you get your things, you can head over to one of our 3 change rooms where you can store your belongings. We have men's, women's, and universal change rooms, which offer private changing stalls as well as day-use lockers. And if you'd like to rent out a locker, you can do that in the men's and women's change rooms.
Welcome to the Griffins Aquatic Center, where we have 2 pools and a recreational hot tub. The gold pool is 25 meters long and 8 lanes wide.
The red pool has both a shallow end and deep end with a diving board and accessible lift. These pools play host to a variety of clubs, varsity swim team, intramurals, and registered programming like swim lessons, first aid certifications, and scuba diving. You can also just come in for a drop-in rec swim or to use the hot tub, one of my favorite ways to distress during exams. We're also one of the largest intramural programs in Canada, with leagues ranging from fun to competitive. We have many ways for you to get involved with sports while you're here. Looking for the next level? Get involved with one of our sports clubs. Let's check out the fitness center next. This beautiful 22,000 square foot space is just next to some of our student residences and comes with state-of-the-art fitness equipment for all your fitness needs. If you're new to the space or feeling
Apologies, everybody. Let me see if I can get the end of that video back for you.
very low semesterly rate. So on the 3rd floor of the GGAC, we have our fitness studios and our dance studios. We also have our wrestling room, which is home to our cheerleading team, wrestling team, and martial arts programs. As mentioned before, this building is home to your Griffins volleyball and basketball teams. You get free access as a student to all regular season home games. Check out griffins.ca for dates and times. That wraps up our tour of the GGAC. As you can tell, the opportunities to stay active on campus are virtually endless. If you need any more information on scheduling and updates, check out griffins.ca. We look forward to seeing you soon.
So that's a virtual tour of our facilities. As you come onto campus, you will kind of hopefully come into the Guelph Griffins Athletic Center. The event center, our main gym, the one that you can actually see behind Emily, is actually where you begin a lot of your university careers, as it is the one where we host a lot of O-Week events, and it's actually the same space where you convocate. So GGAC is kind of a place where you begin and end your Guelph careers. So Griffins, or future Griffins, we are welcoming everybody into our space. The Universal Change Room is one of the things that we do offer in our facility, as well as a blind square wayfinding system that is in our building and available. We also have women's only programming, as well as multiple partnerships with student wellness and student financial services to work with anybody that is under financial need or looking for a little bit of help and understanding with the benefit of mental health and physical health. Our indoor facility, what you can see in that picture is our field house. So though the virtual tour did not include that, that is a regulation sized track. It is home to our track and field team, as well as available for track use for our students. And then on the inside there is a turfed field. A lot of our intramurals take place on that field. There is recreational soccer as well. The other facility that was not shown is our Guelph Griffin Center Arena, which is a 2-pad arena, 1 Olympic-sized surface, and that is home to our varsity men's and women's hockey teams. We do have a suspended running track around the event center in addition to this field house running track. Squash courts, we also have 5 of those, the climbing wall that you saw at the beginning of the video, that fitness center, those multi-purpose studios. We we really do have a ton of facilities, and here's even more. So these are our outdoor facilities. So what you're seeing in that picture there is our stadium. Typically what you're looking at is what it would look like during a varsity home game for football, where our fans do sit on either side, both in the bleachers and on the grass kind of knoll on the other side as well. That outdoor track is also home to our track and field team, our national champion track and field team. It is an 8-lane IAAF track. We do have 2 grass fields as well as 3 lit artificial fields. Again, highly used by both our varsity and intramural programs. We also have 4 beach volleyball courts, 3 baseball diamonds, and a multitude of other kind of green spaces, including Johnston Green that you might have seen if you came on one of your tours, or the Arboretum, which isn't owned or run by athletics, but a nice green space with plenty of walking hills. All of this, again, is on campus and available for student use. So what's included in your base membership? Zane in that video kind of alluded to it, but you do pay an athletics-based membership when you register and pay your tuition as a University of Guelph student. What's included in that student-based membership is access to all of the spaces that I just mentioned during our drop-in scheduled activities. So some drop-in activities would include volleyball, squash, lane swim, rec swim, pickup soccer, being able to run on that track. All of that's included in your base membership, as well as access to our eSport leagues and tournaments. We just ran the very first ever Clash Royale tournament. We run monthly chess tournaments in our eSport league, as well as more popular games like League of Legends and Super Mario. We also have on-demand fitness programs and monthly or semi kind of twice a semester, apologies, Griff Fit app challenges. And that is our app that provides challenges for encouragement of students to get moving, as well as our intramural. So yes, as Zane said, we do have one of the biggest programs in Ontario. Our intramural program is included in your access. We do pay a bond if you are registered as a team, and then there is a small fee if you join as a free agent. So you do have the ability to join as either a solo or in a group, as well as a program that is only for resident students living in residence that accommodates just those resident students to be able to kind of compete against each other and learn the intramural system. So these are kind of all of our drop-in recreation programs that I talked about. Disc golf is one of the programs that's available in that partnership, like I talked about with the Arboretum. So that is located in our Arboretum. All of the equipment is stored in athletics, and then you kind of head over there, which is just kind of a really very quite close to the athletic complex. Heavy bag time is, we do have a heavy bag suspended in one of the studios that's available for use, again, at your own time. Table tennis is also available in GGAC, as well as all of those things I mentioned already. And again, all of this drop-in recreation, access to the equipment and access to that programming is included in your base membership. So these are kind of the programs that we have in our intramural program. So like I mentioned before, you are available, or it is available to register as either a free agent, which means that you don't have a team to compete with, or you can register as a team. If you register as a team, you do pay a bond. That bond is what we call refundable as long as you behave, which I say jokingly, because it just means that you've showed up to all your games that you've said you're going to show up to, or you give us adequate notice and you behave, and that refundable bond does come back to you. So out of all those sports, there are a multitude of options, especially in the more popular sports. So especially basketball, volleyball, hockey, and soccer, you're going to see a variety of levels, from very competitive all the way down to just for fun. And when we look at our just for fun leagues, those are leagues that don't even have playoffs. The point is to just have fun. If you're looking for a very competitive level of any of those sports, we do offer that as well. and in a kind of tiered system. So going from A, B, C, all the way down to D or E in our volleyball leagues, and as well as in open, in other words, there's no gender requirements, in women's only and men's only leagues as well. Our most popular sport at the University of Guelph for intramurals is definitely our volleyball and hockey leagues. And one of the benefits of our hockey intramural league is those 2 pads of ice being on campus, which means we can offer intramural hockey at an extremely reasonable price, like I mentioned before, through that refundable bond system. So that is a very unique and Guelph thing that we are able to offer in athletics. On top of your base membership, you have the opportunity to add on additional memberships and purchase additional programming. The NRG membership is our most popular add-on program. It gives you access to the fitness center, that picture you see right there, as well as access to every fitness class that we run on the schedule. You could upgrade your Energy Pass to an Energy Plus Pass to include the fitness center, all of those fitness classes, plus access to our rock climbing wall. The other membership you can buy is just access to that rock climbing wall. You can purchase day passes for any visiting friends coming on campus for any of these facilities, as well as any community memberships. So we do sell community memberships to those that live in Guelph as well to this space, but it is 90% student and programming is focused on a student timetable. Some of our energy fitness classes, we offer many a week taught by a lot of seasoned professionals, all certified in the industry. We do have certified personal trainers and the option to work with them as well. We do have aquafit classes in that pool that you see behind me. We do have a dedicated cycle studio, as well as a dedicated fitness studio and a dedicated space for our TRX classes as well. If you are looking at coming to the University of Guelph, we kind of have 3 or 4 spaces for you to participate in sport at whatever level you choose. So that first level is those recreational programs that I was showing you, that it's included in your base membership, where you come, you play with friends. It's very unorganized and it's kind of more of a drop-in basis. The next level up would be your intramural program. And within that intramural programming, all of those tiers and ability to participate at different levels are available to you. And then the next level up is clubs. So our athletics clubs do get free access to our athletics facility, and many of them compete in sanctioned leagues as well as competitions throughout the year. The difference between our club program and our varsity program is our club program is run, led, and kind of understood on what's going to be offered by our students. So that means that the students kind of can apply and keep these clubs going and keep them going strong through club executives and club interest and student interest. All of the interest in the executives, all of the executives must be University of Guelph students, and many of these clubs then hire external coaches from the Guelph community. What you see in the picture there is our Dragon Boat team. Our ringette team this year just competed in a tournament and did place silver, and many of our dance teams are currently in many dance competitions. Our cheerleading team does show at the football games, but they also compete many years in a non-kind of COVID year in Florida at a competition as well. So all of those clubs, depending on which ones they are, some of them looking at figure skating, looking at rock climbing, looking at karate. Those are more recreational clubs, where there's other clubs such as artistic swimming, Quidditch, water polo, where they are asking you to try out. And in some cases, we'll take anybody who tries out and be able to teach you the sport. So it just depends year to year and the interest behind that. If you're interested in any of these clubs, I recommend finding them on Instagram or on our website and contacting the current executives to get an understanding for what it looks like and when they offer tryouts. Many of these tryouts are offered in the month of September, so in that fall semester. These are our varsity sports. Unless specifically noted, an M or a W compete in both men's and women's. So we do have a men's and women's volleyball team, for example, men's and women's track and field, swimming, men's and women's. Our varsity program is the top tier level of playing sports. All of our coaches are recruited. They are in charge of the team. They all compete in the OUA sanctioned leagues. And on top of that, many of them also go to youth sports. Youth sports is our Canada-wide program. Currently, our track and field team is able to compete on that national stage. So our varsity sports are more of a commitment, much more of a commitment than any other thing that we do. They are heavily supported and do provide lots of additional supports regarding tutorials. We do have athletic therapists that work with many of these teams. There's a study hall, there's a leadership academy, but that is heavily recruited. If you're interested in joining a varsity sport at the University of Guelph, it is highly, highly, highly recommended that if you are not in touch with a coach yet, that you get in touch with a coach to understand when their tryouts are and make sure that your name is kind of on their radar and that they're not hearing your name for the first time at the open tryouts. If you are trying out for a fall sport, please be aware that many of those sports have tryouts in August and you are not moved into residence yet until September. So if you are looking at, for example, soccer, our soccer tryouts are usually in middle of August. So you'd have to arrange to kind of come to and from tryouts before you even move in to the program or move into residence if you are staying in residence. You can find all of the coaches' contacts at griffin.ca under our staff directory. Again, if you're trying out for one of these sports, if this is something, a goal of yours, a passion of yours, please, please, please make that contact with the coach if you haven't already. It's just going to give you that advantage when you show up in tryouts that the coach kind of knows who you are and has you on their radar. Again, varsity programs, all of these and most of these are available in our club and intramural program. So if you are accepted in the University of Guelph and maybe don't make a varsity team, you can compete still at a very high level in our intramural or club program. So don't be too discouraged and just know we've got everything, a lot for everyone. Our fan experience is what it means to be a Griffin. I mean, when you come into the event center, you'll see there's a 4-sided Jumbotron that comes down during all of our home games. It's quite a fan experience. A lot of our students are dedicated Griffins and come into a lot of our games because they get free access. So it's a great space to feel what it means to be a Griffin, feel that kind of camaraderie and that community spirit. A lot of our teams are very competitive and it's really exciting to be able to see playoff games or runs for championships. It's all available to our students. And 2 featured games that are very unique to Guelph is our homecoming football game. We often make a bigger fan experience around that. And then the one game that's really unique is our Frosty Mug. So our Frosty Mug is our men's game, a men's hockey game played at the Sleeman Center where the Guelph Storm play typically. And that Frosty Mug has been deemed by students kind of like an experience similar to homecoming, but in the winter. So we kind of fill that whole hockey arena and students get really excited to be able to cheer on their Griffins during the winter semester. If you're looking to connect with us more, that is our Instagrams, both the varsity and the Griffin Fitness account. That's our Twitter. And if you wanted to find any more videos around a varsity experience or anything else, you can find us on YouTube as well. Griffins_fitness is where you're going to learn more about that energy intramural club experience. And then the other one is where you're going to learn more about the varsity experience. So thank you so much. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to Emily to kind of talk about her experience as a student.
Hi, everyone. I'm Emily. I'm a fourth year business student. Before coming to the university, I was pretty involved in sports in my high school, but I knew that coming to university, I didn't really want to be on a team, but I did want to stay active. So since first year, I've been involved in athletics. After seeing the gym on a tour, I was immediately in love. I also lived in the East Townhouses, which was right across from the gym. So it was very convenient for me to just go over. I also had an energy pass. Well, I've had one for the past 4 years, and I definitely recommend. There's a bunch of fitness classes you can go to. There's a huge variety, and you get to try a variety of classes too. It's all included within the pass. I also went with a lot of friends, and that would be our little study break. It's a great way to de-stress from all the school stuff. I also later on discovered the rec activities, which is included in your student-based membership. So I tried things out like the heavy bag, drop-in skating, table tennis, drop-in swim, use the hot tub. And then this year I also joined a spike ball intramural, which I didn't really have any experience with before joining the intramural. But since then, my partner and I have gotten so much better, and it's so much fun. We get to meet a bunch of different students in different years. So intramurals I love, and I'm kind of sad that I waited till fourth year to do that. But I'm also doing my co-op placement in athletics right now. Athletics offers a ton of part-time job opportunities as well. So I've got to meet a bunch of different students. And yeah, whether physical activity has been a huge part of your life growing up, or you're looking to try an activity for the first time, athletics offers a huge variety of activities, and there's so many ways you can get involved and just build community, stay active, and take advantage of our beautiful facilities.
So there's a couple of questions that have come in that I just kind of want to answer live here. And again, if I don't answer your question live, we're going to continue to answer those questions through the chat. One of the questions I saw is, how do I get in contact with, insert this sport here, the coaches? Again, griffins.ca, under staff directory, you'll find a listing of all of our coaches there. That's how I would recommend you get in touch with any coaches with regards to tryouts or putting your kind of name in front of them. So can co-op join varsity teams? It's possible, 100% it's possible, and students have done it. It does require, I think, a flexible co-op, as some of the games are during the week and can be during the week. I think it depends on the sport. I think it depends on your co-op opportunity, but yes, it is possible. And if it's something that you are interested in doing, that I would talk to that coach well in advance and say, just so you know, I'm a co-op student. This is my plans. You would have to make all the practices as well. So having a co-op job in Toronto, for example, would be quite tough to be able to get back to practices for. Do we have a curling team? Yes, we have a curling team, and they are a varsity program. We actually just hosted the OUA curling championship in Guelph. So yes, we do have a curling team. Any kind of recruiting showcase events is on a year-by-year basis, and you'd have to discuss any of those opportunities with the coach that you're most interested in working with on the team. And how much is an Energy Plus typically? So typically your NRG membership is about $52 plus HST for the semester, and that's the entire semester. So right from kind of the first time you buy it all the way through until the end of December. So it's quite affordable, and that includes, again, access to all those fitness classes as well. And then an Energy Plus membership is about $89 plus HST, and a climbing wall membership is $62. So if you are interested in the climbing wall and the NRG membership, the best deal is to buy that NRG Plus, and you save quite a bit of money between the two. And you really get lots of opportunities to stay fit on campus. So we are at 12:59. We are going to continue to answer any of your questions that come in through the chat. And thank you so much for joining us in the athletics session. And we hope to see you on campus. I hope to see you wearing red very, very soon.